to volunteer himself as tribute to the mid lane. Self as tribute to BZZ.
Yeah, he should be fine. I'm not. He should be fine. I'm not that worried about Klinks as much as I'm worried about the Lone Druid top versus Vano and Earth Spirit. Yeah, you do have the Savage Roar to deal with, to use versus the Rolling Boulder, right? But you won't be able to move. That Gale is the longest and the biggest slow, I think, on level 1. 50%.
Nobody. Tower. Got him.
It just runs into it. It does give Lone Druid a free time on the top lane as Venomancer is left alone again. I actually thought that they would be able to pressure Sumail a little bit more here, but he's having a good time. They aren't really able to just do anything to him. Chen just completely zoned him, and now he has the Harpy Stormcrafter on top of that.
Oh,
man.
no.
Yeah.
Not to mention that it won't be long before Sumo has the Mask of Monka S at this rate. They
Mid
snipe
one,
his Corey,
bottom lane.
though. That's the Mob Mask on. In the bot lane, as you mentioned, mid one. Getting a little bit low. Vanskoll now needs to run, though. He throws out the Nightmare. He's trying to buy time for the Brain Sap, and it's going to be too little too late as mid one can move out of range. Or can he? Vanskoll keep healthy. Did salve as well.
He has that bottle. He has that bottle. He's going to go for the bounty runes now. It's pretty good for mid one to force that fight just as the bounties are about to spawn. Saxa, however, might fall here.
Yeah, he's trying to run it off. He's got a decent amount of regen. He's juking well as well. Plantimos needs to be careful himself. He's been holding the rage. There's someone you want to fight with him here. BZZ's Corey did get sniped out by No-Till on the other side of the map. And mid one, hunting on forward onto Vanskoll, but he has to retreat away.
Yeah, they're just dancing around these slows on the bottom lane. And
It's a hard
Saxa
lane to get a kill on, right? Because like Vanskoll's so tanky, and once the rage is online, you don't see what we saw earlier anymore.
You really have to step out of position, try to really go for a kill, fail at it, to die afterwards. That's the only way a kill happens here. Chen, however...
Speaking of dying, did he get the clap? Oh, they moved away. That was almost so good from No-Tail. Oh. He's like, wait, let me just count this. There's 3 heroes here. If I get that Hellbear to clap... No dice, though.
Mid lane?
They're moving across. They don't have the X, though, is the problem.
Some miscommunication there, because he just wasted 90 gold, right? He doesn't get anything out of it. They could have killed him if they had the X, but without it, yeah, that's not a kill. Also, Bane is a really good hero to pick versus creep skippers, because you can just sleep them. You sleep them, and the creep wave will abandon them, right? And he's been doing that to mid one, but Treant helps out. Mid one still gets all the experience and the gold.
Yeah, and you have to defend the Batrider's creep like that, right? Because it's the type of hero you Firefly. Okay, these creeps are almost dead. Nightmare, they run out of the flames, and then Vanskoll is just running to the lane, denying every single one of them.
And there, another sleep.
You stay here, nap time. Can they punish him for this, though? Sax is going to go for it. It looks like they'll just pressure him a little bit. Trade
He's
him
got
with
some
Bane.
sticks. He's got some sticks, Brain Sap, and there's also Infest coming from Lifestealer, so it's definitely not a kill. 19? He's trying to torrent, but he's under vision. By the way, I saw one really good play as well from GPK. He would hide behind the trees, and then he would channel the torrent to see if the mid laner moves. And if he moves, he knows there's a ward, he buys a sentry, he wards it.
That's true. That's really good for certain heroes. I'm trying to think like other ones you could do it with. Your Mirana, as an example, right? Batrider will be brought down. The X has been used again. It's not the big kill the Clinks, but they're starting to punish the Batrider for being so deep. And BZZ, all things thought about here, he's just been left to his own devices, and actually he's doing reasonably well for a person who's essentially 1v2 most of the time.
Yeah, he also went for this build in which he doesn't really have kill potential, but he will be farming the lane and perhaps even the side camp as well, right? If you max out the wards and the poison sting, that's all you're doing. And it becomes very difficult for OG to gank BZZ because he's just gonna spread these wards around him, set up the perimeter, and defend the tower for as long as possible.
The rough part, of course, is the Zoo can easily farm them up, and now BZZ
He
will
might
wish he had the
die
Gale.
here.
Oh, nice bat out. Illusion to save the day. However, you might have to sing him a funeral song at this rate. He's brought low, but the X is going to come out. The boat into Sumail as well, and he has not leveled his ultimate. They know this. As clear as day, because usually Lone Druids try and skip on the points and have enough damage to get the kill.
Nice try to TP out. In bottom lane, however, Palantimos does manage to do so. Thompson rotates in, but Rage TP fast. There's no 6 on Batrider for that lasso. But Sumail, I can see that he really tried to go for that Veno there, and it's a nice attempt, but the tier 1 still stands. And without that ulti, you're not really that scary on a lone druid. You're not really that tanky, so they managed to take him out very easily.
No, and BCC's done a really good job of actually playing his laning position, right? Like, he'll come up on the creep wave. It's just an Earth Spirit. 3 heroes will be able to get it.
It's just 5 damage for Thompson.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it is. Yeah.
That's what they always say in my pub games. The Clink's only killed me 4 times. It's only 20 damage.
Yeah, only 20 damage.
There's no tell. Shenanigans are occurring here. Yep, BZZ. Shenanigans work. They'll get the kill, and they can pressure this tower now. I'm starting to think this Veno is going to become a problem very quickly in this game, Liz.
Yeah, he's buying the vessel as well. I think it's important that he's doing that and not Illusion, because of the speed at which he gets it. Like, that vessel sometimes doesn't do nearly as much just because it gets purchased a bit too late. If you get it around like 12-13 minute mark, suddenly it's just much stronger of an item.
Yeah, that was kind of a shift in priority that was always nice for offlaners, right? It's like, oh man, all these items that seem so good, what do I build? Just build the Spirit Vessel. We need them in practically every game. There's rarely a game where a Spirit Vessel feels bad to have on the team. And that's usually why we see it, if not on the mid, then on the offlaner. Lucian's haste through. He's trying to frustrate a little here, and oh, that was cheeky.
That's really good. He does have a TP, but
yeah, but
there is X marks the spot there.
There we go. Oh. Blinks going for the kill, and he got the right click out. Smoke, nice dodge from Illusion. Saxa will TP away successfully. They do control Thompson. They snipe out of Korea. Saxa didn't actually get his home either, so he still doesn't have 6.
So no one dies? All of that and nothing really happens? Come on, bruh.
Hey, money lost, right? You can't use your tome yet as a treant. That's essentially wasted because you will now have 6 by that time. Smoke had to be used. There was a financial impact to this fight, Liz.
He might use that smoke. He's going mid. He might use that smoke for the greater good, actually. No tail. He's spotted out. Bottom lane.
On the bot. Rage is already used. Where are you going? Come back this way. We need to talk to you. That wasn't the
some of
talk.
these mid lane now.
Well, I mean, there's enough heroes that he will die. By enough, I mean everyone who's alive on Unique converge to the mid lane now.
Like, you would think that Palantimos would abandon the bottom lane after everyone of his teammates have shown mid, right? If no one is defending the mid lane, most likely the aggression is coming up to you. And he did try to rage and run, but a little bit too late.
It's your classic lifestyle, you know? You gotta be a little bit greedy. Like, okay, you know, I've always got the safety of rage, same with Juggernauts. I can always get out. There's nothing they can do. And then you remember
Thompson,
BKB
he's scouting them. He's scouting them on the top lane, so this might be... it's not gonna be anything, it looks like. The Kunkka is way too tanky. Venomancer as well. They don't want to fight them. Not yet, at least.
And the Kunkka almost has Halberd as well. At that stage, it's going to be very hard for Clinks to find his kills. He has got a DD to work with by the looks of it. So if they can jump before he has the Halberd, maybe they can find a kill. It's just, as you said, so tanky. 2k HP at this point. Instead, they'll initiate on mid 1. But they just want to see if there's going to be a response. They notice the Chen army coming out straight away. There's no tail running and go and leave my son alone.
So one really good thing for OG is this treant will be able to save the towers and heal them up versus the Veno, right? And Veno will be confined to this one spot on the top lane for a really long time. And because of that, this might happen.
Yeah, but speaking of the Veno, trying for it. Nice roll through. Fiend's Grip as well. And Top's in a lot of trouble. He's trying to heal him up. Sack's trying to move him for the Overgrowth. There he is going to come out, but it's too little too late. They will lose Topson. BZZ's going to live. And Saxa will join his carry in the grave. And they ain't done. Look what they found. Big Daddy himself, and he'll even find all of his sons and daughters dying as they're going to chase down the creeps.
OG is falling apart just a little bit here. One big thing that they missed in that last fight was level 6 on Chen. It's minute 13:30, and he needs like what 1 XP or something. Like he's very close to the 6. If he had that ulti, perhaps you can ulti, then Klinks just survives a little bit longer, perhaps gets a kill before dying. But in any case, I think that was really good from Unique. You can see that they're just so beefy. They're so tanky. It's hard to deal with them. It's hard to burst them down. When you're playing Klinks, you want to find a fast pick-off and get the hell out. In this game, there's nothing like that. There are no fast pick-offs.
Especially when you don't have your Siren arrows, right? That silence every time coming out from the Oath Spirit ensures that he's just under the mark. It's definitely been causing me a lot of pain in this game. Only 10 perma damage gained so far. Sumail is still farming up a storm. However, he is 1,000 gold behind the Kunkka now. Question is, do you believe in the Lone Druid? Can he carry you to victory?
Bat Rider as well, TPing bottom lane. Can they get the Bane?
No. Well, they just learned a new interaction, it seems. It's fine, though. They'll still get him.
Actually, I wasn't aware of that interaction as well. Interesting. Yeah, pretty cool.
Just make a mental note, don't do that again.
yeah, pretty much. They do get the Bane, they do get the tier 2, but they might lose Saxa on the mid.
He's looking pretty roughed up here. He could try for the overgrowth to move away, but the silence is there. Trying to move through his own slows to protect himself. Maybe he can get the room before he goes down, but the Magnetize hurts too much.
He was actually surprisingly tanky, considering that he's up against this Kunkka that hits real hard, and the Illusion. He did force out Magnetize, which is a little bit of a victory for him, I think.
Yeah, means that there's no risk to anyone else immediately afterwards. You already see that OG are continuing to just farm away in the Radiant jungle.
It feels like OG, they want to group up together, right? As soon as that MKB is completed on Bear and start taking these fights. But I don't think Unique is going to shy away from that. Their draft is very capable of taking these early engagements. It's not like that last game's draft in which they really struggled. As soon as that Abaddon came online, they couldn't fight. I don't think that's the case here. I think they're pretty strong.
No, absolutely, right? Because you've got the Halberd down the Kunkka, and then look across at the Lifestealer. Deso, still a reasonable amount of gold away, but you maybe get one fight as OG with your new pickup, the MKB, before Lifestealer then has a Deso.
Yeah. The thing is, though, they will have the damage, but will they have the mobility in the team fights to dish out that damage, right? There's nothing to save you from the overgrowth. There's nothing to save you from the lasso. Maybe X marks the spot or something like that, but it's not really big, right?
They just need them to roar again. If they do that, easy fight win.
Top lane.
Okay, easy TP out. Just drawing a little bit of attention. This is pretty much a dead area of the map if you're an OG hero now, considering there's no towers up here to play off of, and the outpost is in the hands of Unique.
Not many stuns on OG as well when you look at their team, right? Like, you have Lasso, if you can call it a stun, and that's it.
Every CC you have is high cost, basically. Like, you can fear them away and that's it. Anything else, you're just relying on your Chen for, like, low cooldown stuns. Which can definitely be a little bit rough. The thing I guess you could look at is, if you can delay this game more as OG, do you think it goes better for them the longer this goes? Because you have got a Treant, right? You have got these heroes that can actually extend the game time.
Yeah, you can have 12 slots on the Lone Druid.
Oh, okay, I see.
That's the play.
This is like the 2013 analysis of Lone Druids. Yeah, why is Lone Druid best late game hero? It's 12 slots.
Yeah, exactly. Buy 2 Midases right now and go for that 100-minute game. Links, mid lane.
Gonna be dragged back. I was gonna say relatively tanky, but it's looking pretty rough right now. The Fear's gonna come out. The Fiend's Grip's gonna be there. Mid one will interrupt at tops, and they're trying to keep him alive. The Magnetize is still sticking. He might just about survive this. The other heroes on the side of Unique, however, won't be so lucky. Overgrowth is huge. BZZ way too late with the Poison Nova coming through. Unless Phalantomos can clean up the entirety of OG, they'll bring down the Treant, and then they'll kite out the lifesteals. They'll run him through. Thompson lives through it all. Unique will not live to see another day, though. Or will he? He's trying to toggle to his heart's content. The glyph from the tower won't help him. Fortification might kill the bear, but there's no one there to reap the rewards. Lives with 55 HP, and BZC slivers down the mid lane going, I'm helping, smiley face.
It was a cute play to try and fortify so that they all get hit. Maybe someone falls. It was nice. But man, you see, remember that fight around the top shrine when they caught Klinks the same way? When Chen wasn't 6, he was 1 pretty much experience away or something. That's what OG needed there. They needed that Chen seal into some death pact coming from Klinks, right? And then suddenly it's completely different story because Thompson gets out and then they turn the fight. I think that's what happened to Unique right here. They used everything they had in their arsenal to take down the Klinks, and after that didn't work, obviously, it's just so easy for OG to turn and wipe them.
I guess you could say that OG have now woken up. They've got what they need. They've refueled and are ready to go. As they're going to move in, the Raw to scare them away. They're jumping on the Lone Druid. He actually doesn't have the true form for 10 seconds, but he's still tanking his normal form, especially when he's backed up by these heroes. And it looks like it's going to be a failed attempt. They have to back away. And Illusion, that's not the best way to back away, bud. Maybe
or is it? Maybe.
Oh no, they didn't see him the nighttime. He just about got out of vision. Thompson, however, does see a new target. They'll move across. X is going to come out onto him, just trying to tick through Van Skull quickly. Torrance is going to be there. Thompson's going to be healed up a decent amount. They're going to try and back him away. Plantabos's rage will run out soon, so he needs to be careful as well. Mid one doesn't have the lasso. No mana for it right now. Now Submail in his true form goes for the right click. The root's going to come out straight away on a BZZ. He's lock stocked, and they've got 2 smoke and barrels ready to smoke him out. With the overgrowth, they're able to bring down 2. As the green heroes are unique full, the rest will retreat. Palantamos, I don't know if you're fast enough to get out of this one. Tops are staying on top of him, ready to go for the clicks. He's going to get ahead of him and then just come out with the Arcane Rune to bring down the Lifestealer. With a lasso, guaranteed kill.
That's your 15 damage for Klinks as well. I don't know if he got any in this fight, because that pact was all... he did, he got one. In any case, it's just... OG, they assemble so fast. You have the travels from the Batrider, he comes in, then everyone else follows up, and it becomes way harder for Unique to kill anyone. Yeah, they do have the damage. Yeah, the laning stage was cool, but they get kited so hard. They have the damage dealing items, but they can't find a way to deal damage. That's the problem. Desolator, okay, it's not completed on the knives, but even if it was, what does it matter when he hits 3 times per fight?
It's true. And speaking of damage, Thompson just yoinked another 5 damage to add on. And he has the Deso flying out, so this is Roche time. Prime Roshan time for OG. Especially with the Basher now up on the bear as well. Tell me, Liz, do you ever feel like there needs to be some sort of bigger punishment for Lone Druid losing his bear? Because it feels like all we ever see is just hard right-click builds, right? There's never a need for defensive items on this thing.
You gain 300 gold when you kill it, and it's on a really big cooldown, so I think the punishment is already pretty big.
Bo won't be good enough. They'll just have to back away. Mid one did use the BKB. Plantamous wants to go. The feature's going to come out. The overgrowth to interrupt. He hops right in the creep, looks to move away. Then turn on the mid one, and now moving in with the poison over. Looks good, but they can sustain long enough. Sumail, true form too late. It's going to go on cooldown. The Aegis has been expended. Unique might be able to get this fight. They'll jump in. They'll look straight across on the Klink, spam across and kill him off. Sumail does get out the Nightmare, but not for long. The true Nightmare awaits you outside as they try and run him through. They'll stun him up, kill him off. OG might get their hands on an Aegis, but it doesn't last long.
It doesn't last long. They lose 3 heroes. They lose the Lone Druid and the Klinks, and suddenly the game looks much better for them. But it's about the place in which Unique fought. I think that's the bottom line. That's the most important thing that happened here. First, yeah, OG did use a lot of resources taking down Roshan. But I think the most important thing here is they fought uphill. And Vanskor, he's completely fine to sleep one target, grip the Batrider so that he's useless and can't use the lasso. Overgrowth isn't utilized at all well. Doesn't really prevent the grip or anything else. It doesn't prevent Nikes from hitting them or Kunkka. And now sucks on the mid lane.
I don't know if they can do this.
Yeah, probably not. He's very tanky.
I mean,
Vanskor is here though.
They've committed. No one was coming to help. That was the problem. They began a TP, then cancelled, and as a result, Saxo will go down. Mid one will be left alone for the moment. Illusion? I don't think he realizes where he's rolling right there. He isn't rolling to safety. He's rolling into imminent death as
No tail. Yeah, he took that troll, entangled him there, and snared him. And there is a BKB from 19 though, for some reason. He popped a 10-second BKB. I think that was a mistake.
calibrating buttons.
Yeah.
And that calibration
Sometimes.
comes at the price of both your supports and your 10 seconds. You know how it is.
Unfortunate.
Sometimes you just fat finger it, right? You know, you're
Yeah,
sitting
maybe-
in playing Dota all day.
Maybe
trying to
he
figure out
has
a way to
Halberd
justify
there. You know,
this.
like sometimes you purchase the BKB and it's in the spot of Quelling
Oh,
Blade or
yeah.
something. You know,
See,
it
like
happens.
Do you have one that you do that with a lot? Like the one for me is I always have a button which is like my priority button, and it's always phase boots. But if I get a blink dagger, then I swap phase into a second. Like, do you
I
have
tend
items
not
like
to do that. No, I tend not to do that. I have certain inventory item. Thompson, bottom lane.
And he's trying to tank up against this, and he won't be able to. The Death Pact isn't good enough. They'll just hunt forward. Infest out onto No Tail. Buyback's going to come up from Thompson, though. He wants to get involved. TPing to the outpost. And will keep them up now. The Overgrowth coming out. The Poison Nova only clips on the 2 right now, but the Torrent follow-up. Beautifully done. The Beast Grip out as well in the mid one. He cannot interrupt any of this. And Sumail trying to scare them away. That's not how Magic Immunity works. He'll go for the bash on the BZZ. He's trying to fight up. He's trying to sustain as best he can. Even the last 2 will not be enough, though. Vanscore will die, but that's a price he's willing to pay, as it does net them huge kills and a big buyback out of OG. And actually, that might be a dieback. Thompson has nowhere to run. Mid one needs to try and create a zone of safety, but there is nowhere safe here. Maybe you can deny him, but that's the best you get. As Thompson goes down, now dead for 8 seconds. They're pinging for more. They're not done just yet. They'll hit the stun. Back says, where the hell you go, mid one? Just in time for runes to be netted. Alongside it, will net mid one and net a kill.
Damn, that's a wipe. That's a full wipe plus the buyback from the Clanks. He died twice there. The difference that a single BKB on Kunkka can make, together with the Halberd obviously from Venom, but I really think it's the BKB. At least one of these cores from Unique was allowed to hit targets. And yeah, you also got the full grip pretty much off on the Batrider, so Batrider is completely useless. Clinks, the biggest issue as well for OG is they start a fight without having all their spells ready. Chen needed like 10 mana for his ultimate in 5 seconds or something. If they wait it out, it's again a completely different story because Clinks survives long enough to take one target down with him, and then he buybacks to do more damage. But this way, he just dies too fast early on.
Well, we've seen both sides, right? Let's not jump the gun on Kunkka's BKB performance so far. 19 teen is 50% between good and bad BKBs. But this one definitely equaled it out compared to the first one. And they even get the CM1 sound. This, like, look how confidently they play, right? This is arguably the hardest area Dire's map to access, and they have no fear as they move into it.
They reach their peak. They have all the items that they need. The Blade Mail on Illusion pretty much makes him not a target, not a viable target at all for Clinks or the Lone Druid perhaps, but not the Clinks.
And this bear
ripped.
is just kited so much. Beans grip out, sacks are gone. The bear slowly waddling away the entire time. In fact, they're going to try and get that bear now. And they'll be able to. Ain't got raw for a while. Bash comes out straight away, trying to get rid of the creep before mid one can arrive, but he's not given his life to save 300 gold from going to the Arms and Unique. Thompson
There's
is
a
just
Bane
frantically
TPing for
pushing.
Thompson, yeah. There's a sleep maybe. They caught him.
He might be
doesn't
sleeping
have a
eternal
BKB.
now. Yep. It's a long-ass TB, but it's a long-ass nightmare. 19 TD even stops the farm creeps before turning around for the kill. And meanwhile, mid one, he had the BKB, but he gets bashed up straight away by Plantimos. They won't use the last move, but he just used the BKB. OG are just getting juggled left, right, and center.
There's just everything that Unique needs to do to win this game right now they're doing, and they're executing really well. The Bane TP behind the trees to catch the Clinks. Also Bane not showing himself, right? He didn't show himself at once on the lane, and because of that Thompson doesn't know if Bane is TPing or not.
They ain't done.
Tail?
You know, we gotta get kill a minute. That's gotta be the rule now. Bash straight away to ensure that No Tail does go down, as if he was gonna survive if it wasn't there. And in they go. I say, oh, you know, hate is gonna hate. They assumed that we'd never see this base in this match, but Unique say, you know, this is gonna be a win. We're feeling pretty good about this. Let's take a few buildings.
Mid one is trying to creep skip here, but
They already got all the creeps they need.
Yeah.
They're gonna back away. They go, no, there's no rush. Wait for the next Roche. That's when we'll come back and we'll end OG's base.
I think that's the best call as well. Tier 3s right now, they're definitely not as important as they used to be. because there's no,
No
shrines and
shrines.
whatnot. Yeah, but they're still good to kill. Oh, the bear might be dead.
Anything that gives gold is good to kill this, like this bat. And
Grip
this
as
Bat
well.
Rider. This Bat Rider is very good to kill, and the Beans Grip will ensure that's the case. Oh, also this Sumail, Lone Druid, in trouble. Poison Nova pretty deep, zones them away, and that's the dead Lone Druid. Buyback out from mid one's not going to achieve much because Unique are way too balled up. Factor in with the Overgrowth, but BKB from 19 team straight away as he moves on. Extra drag back to his imminent death. And Venomancer, well, you whittle him down a little bit, but he's too tanky with Plantomos inside him. He jumps straight out onto No-Tail to kill him off. The BKB's running out soon for mid one. The roll through again, Illusion. Just rolling about, juggling them all up and down as a triple kill for Palantomos, and it looks like Unique, they've just punched their tickets for access to the OG base. VIP access at that. 24 hours you're allowed in here.
Yeah, there is a buyback on the Lone Druid, but even if he buybacks, there's no Spirit Bear for like 15 seconds, so there's no reason to use that. Clinks, he can't even pop his head out. If he does, Bane will just kill him off instantly, and he might actually
And they
die
will.
regardless.
Yep, they see him. No magic immunity and no health soon. Roll through again. Illusion has been so on point on this Earth Spirit this game.
They've just read OG and what they want to do really well, and they've acted accordingly. Bear might be just dead again.
It's gone. There's no way you can protect it. And you know, here's a fourth here, right? Like Palantomos was on Vega, right, before. And I feel like he's given something over the illusion of the shark, because this guy is like a predator. He's just hunting down, spilling blood
Saxa
everywhere.
next.
It literally is just who's next. It's like you could just, when you got like those lines at a bank or whatever, the
GG.
person's like next. Well, it looks like OG's gonna have to say next game, please, because this is done. Unique take down OG 30 minutes in, and my god, did this look dominant for the second half.
I'm just happy they called it, man. I don't know if it's the weather outside, but I started sweating watching this game. It's like one hero dying after another, one bear being fed after another. It's just not an easy game for Clinks or the bear. They got their items. Team Unique, they got what they needed, and then they dealt with the Clinks very easily with a couple of pickoffs with the X marks the spot. And the Lone Druid is very strong, but if the Gale is constantly on the bear is useless. Like, you need the BKB in this game on the side of OG on every single core, but you don't want to buy that BKB, because if you do, you won't have the damage. That's the biggest issue. The disables on their side are, what did you say? They're very expensive, right? You have the lasso and you have pretty much the overgrowth. Perhaps from the Chen you can get a creep or two, but it's not that reliable. While on the side of Team Unique, it comes at a much lesser cost, and it's much easier for them. OG, they still are this top tier team, one of the best in the world, obviously, that managed to play around them, right? They managed to pick them off apart. They managed to kite them with the overgrowth, with the bramble maze, but with the brambles, sorry. But the moment Kunkka got the BKB, everything changed. Every single fight went Team Unique's favor afterwards.
So as a hero that feels that way, right? Like Kunkka right now, if you only have Halberd and BKB in a game, you're content. Like, you can do pretty much all that your hero does. It's not going to be amplified to insane degrees, but that, I think, even Kunkka at like a median average level is an insanely potent hero.
Yeah, a couple of bracers, right? 2 bracers, BKB, Halberd. You're set. You're good to go. You're loving life. Illusion and Vanscore, by the way, as well, did their job really well. Illusion, had a couple of missteps here and there, but overall was on point with the rolls. Caught Thompson a couple of times. Vanscore as well caught him with that grip a couple of times. And that's all they needed. They needed to delay that BKB further and further away until they're able to breach high ground without worrying about that Clinks at all.
The highlight with Illusion, right, was like in the early game, it wasn't as much making kills happen as stopping kills happen, right? When he's saving some lives here and there. And then when we get to the late game scenario, like he was really the difference. Like, you have this Kunkka for easy reach, but he's in deep. He's always hitting these rolls. Whereas, like we said, OG, not only are your stuns expensive, how are you getting people easily, right? It felt like the only reason we kept seeing good tree and overgrowths was because Team Unique were running to them.
Yeah, they literally would be 5-manning around the tree, and they don't care about the overgrowth, because once that overgrowth is popped, there's no damage to follow up as well.
Yeah, a little bit like Joker going hit me. And, well, if you're just tuning in, this ain't no joke. Unique, They show up to play. They took a game. They're going to take this to a third game. OG, game one may have been a pretty dominant showing from them, but, well, guess what? Mirror matchup in the Team Unique do the exact same in game two. Hopefully we get a close one for the third one. I'm excited for it. We're going to hit a break. We'll be back in a short few minutes to see how this one is going to end up. Alright, there we go. We're going to do our little talkie there. So what went wrong in that last game? I think maybe BZZ was given too much space.
Yeah, you think so?
I think there was no real pressure on him. I think they tried once, and then they kind of let him be, right?
Yeah,
I think there was that one attempt when he's close to tier 1, which backfired, and then okay, I guess Venom's a no-go.
Yeah, but how do you kill him? It's so hard. That's the thing.
Rotation?
He maxed out the wards. You don't have a blink. Every time you want to go for the Venom kill, you need a smoke. They have no stuns, and even if you kill the Veno, you're kind of stuck on your side of the map with the Chen, all his creeps on a lone druid. You know, you want to be playing on their side instead. You'd rather just ignore it, but you can't because he's too strong as well, right?
Yeah, but I think there's now a part to that, right? It's like you kind of have to address that lane because how are you pressuring a lifestealer with a bat Trin? Like you get him level 1 and that was literally it. So maybe they either try and like maybe you get a kill and then force a lane rotation. I think that's like the big thing for OG, right? So that you're at least able to do something to the top area of the map instead of just losing complete control of it.
They did play really well against the Batrider Treant, though. It's not an easy lane, even with Nike's Rage, because Treant can just punch you. He's strong, and yeah, you deal well versus high strength heroes, high HP heroes, but still, it's not that easy. They can outmaneuver you. Use a couple of stickies, right? Then the damn, I always forget what's the name. It's not the Bramble Maze. That's Dark Willow. What's the new Brambles from? Tree Grasp. Yeah, then you use the Tree Grasp. It's a difficult lane.
Do you remember when they first put in the... Oh, sorry, Nature's Grasp, rather. Do you remember they first put in Nature's Grasp and it had, like, the most ugly effect? Because they clearly hadn't, like, done a proper one for it yet. I think that it literally looked like it was Bramble Maze or something.
Yeah, but what happened is it didn't even appear. It didn't even have, like, some
animation. It just, like...
Animation, it just appears, and you're like, what? Okay, I guess.
It literally looked like bramble mazes that had been painted green and doubled up in size.
Yeah. It really did. They made it a bit better now, though, so that's cool.
Yeah, I don't know. I think like both sides had advantages to their drafts. It's definitely easier, I say, and that's not taking anything away from Unique, but their draft, you can see the way to victory clearer. I felt like.
Nikes was just a good pick, Lifestealer that is, right? It was so good. It worked out. It's not only Lifestealer, it's the Bat Rider as well. Bat plus Lifestealer, so much. It's so much green, you know? All these... and then you get the Earth Spirit as well. Yeah, he didn't go for Whale, he went for the Blade Mail, but he would never die. He died 4 times within the game, right? So,
yeah, he literally had options, right? I think they just reached a point where they're like, okay, we actually already do enough damage. There's no reason to build a Veil this game.
They had the catch that was necessary versus Clinks. All their heroes were quite tanky enough so that Clinks couldn't take them down easily. And there really was outplay potential from OG. This outplay was, I think, around Hand of God. I actually think maybe one thing that Notail should have done, I know every single Chen goes for Helm of Dominator right now, but maybe Mech was better on Chen this game. Like, you get that Mech, then you get that bonus heal, right? Yeah. Did they have a Mech on anyone? Did Bat buy it maybe? I'm not sure. I don't think he did, right?
I don't think so, but I think like from that perspective, it's like he didn't want to do it at that moment because if you... or in that game rather, because if you go for this full heal build, which is already countered by a Veno, like it's diminishing returns, right? There's a point at which you have to admit you have to kill quicker.
I can see how it's countered, but at the same time I can see how it's not. Like, you still, that heal still really helps you out a lot in the fight. So I don't know. I'm not sure. In Dominator definitely gives you a lot, like 20% damage increase as well is huge for Clinks and everyone else. So that
actually, I figured out, Liz. Like, if you want the heal build, you know what they needed to build?
Mm-hmm.
They need to build Holy Locket. Then they could offset the counter heal. All right. Thought this out. This is totally logical.
All right. Sounds great. Holy Locket finally useful again.
Like, was it 55% heal amplification at that point, which will offset what the Venomancer and Spirit Vessel is doing to you technically. All right, this is a stretch, but like, it's I mean, if you want the heal build that badly, I think that's the only way it works in that game. Veno just too good, and I can't believe I'm saying that. The
thing is, if you heal him up long enough, he's going to dish out the damage. That's the thing. He just needs to stay alive. He doesn't need the damage items. It's same like Kunkka didn't need damage items. He only needed BKB to get rid of all the dispels, all the disables, that is, right? To dispel all the disables, and then he's fine.
Oh,
Something similar could have.
We're just going to quickly restart the stream 1 sec. Sorry, guys. We noticed that for some reason it's been putting out 720p, so we're going to stick that up to 1080p to give you guys the prestigious level of
720p.
content. I don't know why. I don't know why my setting's on 720p. But, you know, for all those people that have bought the Battle Pass, we're giving you 1080p. Even those people who haven't, because we're not Valve, we have no way of knowing that and enforcing that. Although if I could take your money, I'm sure I would. So we'll be back in just a sec. And when we are, we'll hope that my Pentium processor doesn't.
Your stream though. What's up?
Because of the way the encoding works, if you don't have access to the encoding, I'm a small stream. Okay, people don't want to watch me play Maple Story and then feed Indoor. Okay, this is not the content they're after, Liz.
I really think you could stream in 1080 right now, even as a small content creator.
So
it's not 2012, man.
Yeah, affiliates get priority over normal, but the thing that I was looking at from is it's not always guaranteed, and right now there's more people streaming, right? Because of everyone that's home. Like the amount of streamers has gone up again. I don't know. I was just playing it safe. Like it didn't really matter for the games I'm playing. Like 720p dough is easily watchable.
Yeah.
The 720p Maple Story is easy. I don't know why I'm playing Maple Story right now. You know when you just want a game that just has you do mindless crap, okay? And I'm up, now when I was down in pleb tier, Dota could give that to me because people would do things like techies mid. You know what I'm talking about. But now people they're sweat tryharding, okay? First picking Quops, lone druids every game, tinker pickers. I actually have to think when playing Dota, so I just wanted a game where I could just switch my brain off and put it back to a standard state. Which was actually, I've done that with WoW for a while, but I was playing WoW with American friends and they stopped playing, so now I've just got a maxed out level character with no one to play with. It feels really bad.
Join a guild, lol.
Yeah, just join guilds. I guess it's also because it's Americans, the time of day that they're playing, right? I couldn't stay up last night and play if I went back to WoW because they'll probably be on at 3 a.m. We have to wake up to cast.
Just try to Fog. I think he's still dying playing WoW 20 hours a day or some shit.
Probably.
He's a maniac. He's a fucking maniac. I used to play a lot of WoW, but the only patch I played was Wrath of the Lich King, pretty much.
Hold on, I'll frost on the screen. There we go.
Oh shit.
Oh damn! Oh whoopsie! I'm showing something I shouldn't. Whoopsie. There we go. There we go. We're here. Hello. But yeah, no, I know Fog loves his WoW. Zyori, there's, I think there's secretly a reason we're casting today, Liz, and Zyori's not. Path of Exile's new expansion just released.
Oh, that's it.
So we're on for the whole weekend. Gee, I wonder why.
Dude, I'm really trying to grind back to rank 1, or at least rank 100, to be top 100 or something. That's the I'd be satisfied with that. And I really wanted to turn you down because you're killing such a big streak. I'm playing every day and I'm feeling in form, and you just ruined it all. But screw it, it's fine.
Oof. I see how it is. I could have turned you down, Liz. I could have went and continued my grind and gotten more at this rate.
Do it.
I actually am close.
Just do it, Will.
Yeah, sorry guys, we're gonna close the cast now. We both got streaks to continue. He's gonna be playing techies mid, and I'll be playing Void Spirit in the 4 and 5 role.
I've seen your Void Spirit. It's better I interrupted you. It's better you're not playing. I'm doing a service to all humanity.
In my defense, in that game we played together, I was a whole bottle in of alcohol, okay? And speaking of things that we're into the draft. Hello.
Yep. Bans out. Team Unique. Mixing it up a little bit. Not too much. The Furion from the first game being banned out. They identified that as the problem. While OG banning out Funka, he obviously wasn't banned out in the last game because he was picked. So they get rid of that, and they get rid of Bane. What did they get rid of that last game? Was it 2 supports as well? It was, right?
So
It was
Unique got
the
rid
whole
of
zoo.
Venge.
Yeah.
Venge was a big priority. I think they got rid of Phoenix as well. It might have been Shaker. OG was entire zoo, right? So they got rid of Lycan, Beastmaster, Prophet, and Enchantress,
Man,
which are
they
banned again.
snatched they snatched the Earth Spirit for themselves.
I'm really upset. Do you want to know why? Because I was saying in the chat before this game started, what I really want now is, because if we look at what games we had, right? I want Wind Ranger on OG, and then I want Team Unique to have the Earth Spirit, right? And just like, which is better? Let's go. We might still get the Wind Ranger though for OG, because remember, Thompson does play this Earth Spirit in the mid.
I'm not a fan, really. I don't think you want to put Thompson on Earth Spirit. I know it can work. I know it's pretty strong, but don't do it, because the hero just does as much as a position 4. Why Earth Spirit is good on mid is because he reaches his power spikes a little bit earlier, and he dishes out so much damage with a build. Let's say you go for a Bracer Whale build. You're very tanky and you dish out an insane amount of damage, let's say around that 15-minute mark. But then again, that's what you're counting on. You're counting on having a really good laning stage and then fighting afterwards constantly. This is a very good response from Unique. Oracle is pretty solid versus Earth Spirit and is amazing with that Prophet.
Yeah, and like you haven't revealed your combo yet, right? So OG, in terms of bans, they still got to think about maybe like Huskar Oracle, or like the more classic one would be Troll Warlord plus Oracle, right?
This is your combo. Your combo is that Prophet Oracle.
You don't think you go for like the Troll as well, or is that too greedy?
You're obviously gonna go for your true win condition, and Troll is a pretty good, solid one that you can go for. I believe Troll is still good here, and you can do it with the Oracle. The thing is, you want to reserve that ulti from the Oracle already for the Death Prophets, right? So if you do pick the Troll, I'm not sure he's the priority for your false promise. It all depends on the game, obviously. I'm just BSing because I don't see what OG is gonna pick. Maybe they pick some draft that can't really deal with that Prophet, and then the Troll is great. All right, bench.
That could still be a core, of course. We've seen Thompson likes that a lot.
I wouldn't be surprised, but it's adamant that they get a lot of levels on this Vengeful. Let me tell you, like a long time ago, when I was still playing in some teams, Vengeful was really strong versus that Prophet Oracle combos, because you swap out that Prophet on the beginning of the fight, you get her deep out of position, and Oracle can't really reach early enough, especially when you have something like an Earth Spirit on your side that can jump on top of Oracle and silence him. So you definitely have already found a way to deal with the Dead Prophet. If this is a Thompson 044 build, that's also a lot of damage versus that Prophet in the mid game. But they don't have something like a Wind Runner, they have an Earth Spirit, and he doesn't really provide you that extra, right-click damage with the Wave Terror that helps.
No, but he does give you a good silence against the DP, right? At critical moments. Will probably force the Death Prophet to go towards that Yules. The Luna coming out from Team Unique, though, this feels like also a bit of a block pick, because OG did have the flexibility, like the room for that in their draft right now.
Definitely. Eventually, it can be played on offlane, mid lane, position 5, right? So Luna would fit them like a glove. You could have that good lane as well with Venge and Luna. They could definitely have went for the Luna. I think it's pretty solid for Unique as well. Luna Oracle is a stick lane too. Well, let me see. Shadow. Okay, so remember the good combo of Shadow Demon plus Luna a long time ago that was played constantly. You would disrupt the Luna, send illusions in, destroy the enemy pretty much easily. Now, it kind of works the same way here in a way in which you can disrupt the Luna and make her illusion kill her and her teammates. The only problem is you are playing versus Oracle. There are some... Yeah.
But you've also got the Purge against DP in this game, which is really good, right? It just sticks her secluded, nowhere to run, basically, or anyone to leech off.
Yeah, can't Yules as well because of that Purge, right? You can Purge it off, so a bunch of stuff that's really good for Team Unique and for OG as well. Treant Protector picked up here. These two supports are kind of very green, they're They heal you, they help you. They don't dish out too much damage in the team fights at all. So their offlane must really do that. They must find something that will help out like that.
Is that how you see healing as green?
Yep. That's always been like that, right?
I don't know. Like
It's-
some people see it as red, right? Because it's like red, like the blood. I guess
Well,
it
red
depends.
is damage, green is healing. Even
No,
in
it
the game of
depends. It
Bo3,
depends whether you're good or evil, dude. Because you know, like some people heal off blood. Not everyone can be a paladin, Liz. Okay, some people have to be necromancers.
damn, you're so edgy. Do you go in some London bars and drink glasses of wine, and wine is called blood or something?
Yeah,
Please.
and I just
Do
like
you wear
I
a
just
top hat, a black top hat? Is that what you do?
trench coat as well. I have a really gloomy, upset-looking face on all the time.
Is your favorite
Did you know
movie
we're all gonna
Blade?
die? Oh
Actually,
god,
Blade.
I was watching
No.
Blade 3 recently, and I was like, my god, this movie is so tragically bad.
No, shut up. Blade is great. I
No,
love
Blade 3 was terrible.
Blade is amazing.
Okay,
I take that
let
back.
me. Like, I'm going to tell you one thing, and then you'll go. What everyone can like tune in this, and then we'll go back to the draft. Like this quick point is, Wesley Snipes did not want to actually do the most of the broadcast. Like he actually dodged communicating with any of the other actors as much as possible. There's loads of interviews about this. Go back and watch Blade 3, and you can see it as clear as day. He did not want to be there, and he did not want to do scenes with other people, and it ruins the experience. You're like, my god, yeah, Snipes is a little, little bitch. But that's my thoughts on Blade 3. Blade 1, Blade 2, good. Now let's talk about whose draft is looking better right now. Because OG, I mean, they got a lot of combos.
Didn't he dodge taxes as well or something?
Yeah, that's
like
how
that?
that's how he went to prison, right? Like this really big badass, and he goes to prison for tax evasion.
It's not even like he was hiding it. He was like, "No, you can't take money from me. I don't acknowledge IRS." Anyways, yeah, I've seen this similar draft from OG as well, in which they would have vengeful mid, and then they would swap into arrow, and they would make it work. Actually, swapping into arrow, you don't even have to use the shadow demon as the main setup. They can actually use the venge too. Overall, the lineup looks pretty solid so far. But if this was any other team but OG, I would be like, okay, this is a little bit out there. If I haven't seen this from them, I would be favoring Team Unique strat just because it's a bit more simple and you can see where they're going with everything.
Yeah, it's like my favorite thing at the moment is when we've been seeing what okay.
This rounds it up. Yeah.
This is an OG draft through basically, is what we're gonna say to summarize this. Like, I don't feel like any other team would run this type of draft.
The Batrider is banned out. The Broodmother is banned out. These massive counters to the Drow and the Shadow Demon are out. Now, Unique, they can switch things up a little bit. You can still put that Prophet Treant offlane, Luna Oracle safe and lastly cure mid. So they're a bit flexible when it comes to how they need to play this game and how they need to lane and what they can pick now.
So but all these need
something like Kunkka would be great banned out. Bat and Brood as well, that would just crush OG, are banned out too. Heroes that were really good versus Drow strats were something like a Wyvern, something that can just break it apart, or heroes that get an early Crimson Guard as well, but I'm not sure they can fit that role.
Yeah, like I don't know, like Wyvern, it sounds good, but in the greater like scheme of the game, it feels like it'd be very hard to get any kind of clutch curses that result in good outcomes.
I don't think that's going to be their last pick, really. Take a Mars, put that arena up. They can't hit you. Every arrow is bouncing back from the Drow, from the Mirana, from the Venge.
Could you imagine if arena didn't just block your arrows but return them to you?
Would be cool.
Like, you know what it'd be? In pub games, it would be the Necronomicon experience right now. You know all the people who keep killing themselves on the Necro Creep? Because they're like, oh yeah, that's just gold right there, and then take 600 damage and die.
And then they realize it's like 50 gold. It's nowhere near as much as it used to be.
They're like, what? I got so much more when I killed a Helmet Dominator Creep. And it's actually going to be an ET to round this out then. So just the boss 4 here. They're going to run the tree and the boss 3.
I can see a position 3-3 just because you're gonna have a lot of those armor stacks early on. I guess he will go for leveled up armor earlier. Elder Titan as well is pretty good when it comes to resetting fights and setting up versus, let's say, a Shadow Demon and Drow Ranger. In that way, it's pretty solid. It's not like he's going to counter something big like a Morphling, let's say, with his aura, but overall, it does give them that one extra beefy boy that's able to dive early on the safe lane. But what do you think? Is Thompson going to be mid-Drow, or
That's
is
what I
it
was
going to be-
wondering,
yeah.
right? Like, because either of these heroes could be in the mid. Sumail, no strange to Mirana mid. If Thompson does take, like, Thompson alone being on Drow range, I feel like it's been a long, long time since we've actually seen him play this hero. Last time would have been back when you could just use it to farm ancients, right? A long time ago when we saw it in the mid.
Yeah, that's pretty much when Drow was constantly picked mid, right? You would farm, you would stack the ancients. They were actually positioned where the hard camp now is. You would stack the ancients and you would just farm constantly over there. So Drow was significantly stronger over there. I think their draft is good because you do have a lot of synergy between the Mirana, between the Drow and the Vengeful Spirits. So these heroes will hit you real hard. The one thing that I do see that's different from their first draft is they don't have that Abaddon. They don't have that hero that's going to be able to just stand in front and taunt them, like take all the damage and heal you up. So for OG, you have to be way more careful in that mid game when it comes to team fights, at least.
No, it's true. Like, you look at the lineup, all their cores are very fragile. In fact, the only person who can potentially frontline is Saxa, and he's in a support role, so even with good strength gain, he's not going to be the bulky boy at the 10-15 minute mark that we've seen Thompson be when he's on his hero. Just love the drawing on the map right now. Who's haxing? Who are we blaming? It looks like Unique's going to move the entire team towards the top to begin with. Just trying for that cheeky first blood. That's actually another thing they have by having this ET as well, right? Is when you get into these later team fights around the Eclipse, you're going to have so much damage coming out due to natural order.
He started with an Orb of Venom, so we should see a very active Elder Titan. He's not looking to just stand back and reset the fights. He's looking to really dive and punch hard. Also, one good thing for Elder Titan in this game is that he usually tends to stack, and Luna loves that, so you will have a hero that benefits from those stacks early on.
This is a long wraparound, which makes it all the less likely to actually be spotted. Although they did just ping.
But I think OG should know because they didn't find anyone. They didn't find anyone on the enemy hill, so
they
should know that this should happen.
Yeah, ping came out, I think it was from bench.
Look at these boys on the high ground waiting for someone to come up. Just imagine running up there, like...
Just innocently like, this will be fine. I just need to secure our high ground area. Oh, wait, there's a whole enemy team here. Well, I'd say it looks like they got confused and traded sides, but they were playing these sides last game, right? So, or were they? No, Unique was on Radiant last time.
Unique was on Radiant,
yeah, so they were, yeah. OG's like, please, can we play Radiant this game?
Oh, there is the arrow. Will it hit?
It will indeed. Straightforward onto him. ET getting pretty low. An illusion, no easy way to escape that. Will be the first blood. Sumail gets it.
The arrow plus the disruption. Not really the hardest combo to execute, but they executed it well, and they got an easy first blood there. Also, the arrow versus the range creep always allows Sumail to stay one step ahead when it comes to the experience battle, at least on the top lane.
And just a little bit of harassment coming out from No-Tail, trying to interrupt Luna's early CSing. As they have got 3 heroes up here, and because No-Tail done that, there is a price that must be paid. And the price will be his life. I think this is the right move from Unique, though, right? Like, BZZ should be okay on the bot lane alone.
I think it's a great move because Saxa doesn't really want to be in a tri lane. Like, you can be there, maybe when he gets level 2 he'll go. But I really think he wants to just secure this lane for the Vengeful a little bit and then rotate.
It's kind of also the nature of having a Shadow Demon, right? It's like you don't feel great about being forced into try and try because of the stick situation, or the mana and the HP regen they get.
Another arrow on the other Titan.
It's actually so much damage.
I don't think the play is to try and creep skip here. No-tail, however, might fall even with the boots.
It's going to be close. If he can actually eat the right tree, he might be able to live. They need one more hit, and it won't be enough.
I don't think eating the right tree is ever an issue for these players, KP, maybe for you, but you know, it's not that hard. I miss it all the time, but for them it's not that hard.
Liz, there's two juke spots. You could have done this one, the one we both would have done and died, or you could have done this one and just went straight to the tower.
Sumail, he does have leap, so should be fine. Yeah.
Also, in fairness, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, Liz, because back in your days when you played a pro player, you didn't get HP regen from the tower as well, so No-tail could have still died because of that, if that pesky old regen wasn't there these days.
He almost had disruption as well to use it on himself to survive from that last hit, but yeah. I like the fact that Saxa is staying bottom. He's not trying to help top, at least not so far, because you don't want to try lane versus Elder Titan as well, right? He's going to just have so much damage that you won't be able to deal with him.
Yeah, we're just listing more and more negatives to being stuck in a tri lane, aren't we? We're like, well, you got Shadow Demons, so you're giving all the stick charges. There's an ET as well. There's a Luna who's buffing them all up. And
Thompson is owning mid lane, by the way. You see the CS, 13-4 versus 9-5. Oh, yeah. He's doing really well. There are two creeps going 19's way, so it should even out a little bit more, but yeah.
Do you feel there's a point where 19 team just really can't play the lane? I feel like he's going to have to go for a point in silence soon, right? Because there's always that worry about just casually being ran down by frost arrows.
I guess next raid band is that point, pretty much. And yeah, 19 teen, he is struggling, but so is Mirana. If you look at Sumail, he's also, he has 5 CS. He's probably the one that is having it the worst. Even the Treant, that's pretty much solo laning, has a better time.
Yeah, I mean, if you just look at his net worth, he's almost got less net worth than the Treant, and he got the first blood.
BZZ might fall now, though. One more hit? Nah, he survives. So close.
Convenient salve coming out. Let's see, mid one. What's his build so far? He has actually skipped the magic missile up to this point. I just feel like it is just the go-to, right? It just allows you to, if you don't get kills, force your opponents out lane.
He might kill Drow here.
Nope, Tops is able to get away, and now the slows mean that Illusion might go down. Actually, Thompson didn't want to hit him again. I think he was worried about the South getting cancelled by the DP.
Yeah, probably the better play there, you know. You go back, you heal up, and you continue winning your lane. You continue pressuring the Prophet. That's probably the better play. While Elder Titan was there because there was a region rune, and he wanted to protect it so that the DP can take it. But then he realized also how much damage he's dealing to Thompson that he tried to go for a kill. Sadly for him,
bought the gun for a kill.
Yeah.
Oof. Yeah. This tree, like this Nature's Grasp, is saving his ass every time.
Top lane, Sumail, he leapt in actually.
No, Liv, Vanscore will get away as well because Sumail only has 1 leap left. He's not willing to commit it because if he goes forward, he knows Luna will kill him. And the runes have been taken.
Not all of them, at least, right? Yeah.
No.
Only one. Sumail? Nice pause.
All right, lads. Who's playing musical chairs?
Nice pause, man.
Honestly, they should really just let the spectators play the mini games as well. You know, wouldn't that be great, Liz? You win musical chairs, and then you're able to brag to all your friends that you beat Sumail in Dota.
Would be great. Would be a great thing to accomplish.
All in all, though, mid one is like we talked about the Drow. Just look how much Venge has got out of this lane so far. Now they might even get the kill. They bat him away from the trees. He's like, oh wait, there's trees on both sides of this lane.
They did force out some TPs to happen, but they canceled them, and now Sumail top lane.
Oh, they can't get the stomp. Interruption comes out from No-tail to save the day. It looks like Sumail is able to escape this, but barely.
Yeah, he's really playing on the edge. He's pressured so hard on this top lane. He only has 8 CS. Like, I don't think it's even worth it chasing him any longer. Like, just let him be. Let him stay on the lane behind the tower. He's not doing any harm to anyone anyway. You know, if you dive him, you might give him a chance to make a comeback.
He's just
So
sitting there and pouting and be like, when are you guys going to rotate and fix my lane?
I think like his lane is probably the worst thing that happened for OG. Bottom lane Venge is doing really well. Same goes for mid lane, in which Thompson is slightly ahead. But the biggest issue is this Mirana. And historically, when you're playing Mirana plus Drow, yeah, Drow is important, but Mirana is really the hero that dishes out most of the damage because it benefits from the Vengeance aura, it benefits from everything in this game, right? And yeah, we'll see.
I guess as long as your Drow's doing well, you're happy. Like, I think the Drow could essentially win this game also, but yeah, late enough. 19-teen. Well, basic principles of DP are more heroes equal less chance I die. As they learn the hard way. Unique even TPing 3 heroes to the mid lane to ensure the OG are the ones repelled.
So they get the Vengeance, right? You get bonus 13 on your level 4 Vengeance aura. Then you get like around 15, I would say, agility from the Drow Ranger, right? So you get around 30 damage on Mirana just by being around these 2 heroes. And obviously they add up each other as well, so it's even better.
So what I'm hearing is big numbers, she'll hit hard anyway. Just let that kitty get some levels.
They're just gonna hit very hard, but they have to find a way to actually stay together versus an Elder Titan.
And a Luna with Eclipse, and they don't like they can disrupt to create some illusions, but that's about as far as their damage spread goes. And we already highlighted how squishy almost all their heroes are. Earth Spirit's the only one that's going to get good stats.
Top lane.
Oh, no tail will be brought down. They'll get Platypus low, but they can't kill him. Actually,
he's actually going for the he's going for the Dominator build as well.
Yes.
So it's
he's
not
the only
OG.
one.
Yeah, not OG is going to be the only ones with the Dominator and all these auras. Luna wants one as well. I really like the Dominator on Luna overall. Gives you a lot of good stats and 20% damage. Also allows you to stack for yourself. A good creep can be very helpful in fights.
No, definitely. I think for Luna, it's like her Necronomicon, right? Like we always talk about the kind of cookie car, you want to farm items Necronomicon, but Luna's one of those ones that slots in the Helm of Dom and gets the most value.
Yeah, they are taking tier 1 on top lane, but you can see Thompson's reaction instantly on the mid lane.
Overgrowth comes out, but the TP's in maybe a little bit too slow. Roll through, Saxa actually jumped the gun. The Eclipse was used though. Oh no! Swap out, mid one says no tail, this is your problem. Lead us from the front, Captain. On the side, they're trying to run one down, but ET gets turned on. They will lose new tail, but in the meantime, they turn around to Plantimos, bringing him down. If they get one proc, he's as good as dead. Trying to heal him up the living arm. They can't keep the slows going. They turn him to BZZ instead. We'll be able to bring him down. Fanscore is just out of range, so they can't renew the slows, but they will get this tier 1 tower. In fact, Fanscore's dead. I don't know why you ever thought you could hang around this area, but Saxa will go down as 19-teen does arrive. But Thompson, definitely the big winner out of the 2 sides. But he's not done. He's clarity up. He just needs to get a few more right clicks out. But they're staying just out of range.
Mid one.
However,
yeah, he's gonna fall.
Arrow comes through on the 19-team. Mid one does go down to Palantimos, but the bigger kill found on the side as they bring down the DP. And Thompson, he's still here. They need to actually go finish the tower now because it's in deny range, and there's no one to interrupt them. Actually, they just pinged out. Ooh, yeah, you definitely cancel that TP.
Yeah, it was a nice setup there from the ET. He sets up on mid one and Luna just strolls in, Lucent Beams, kills him. But at the same time, I was just waiting for the moment No-Tail disrupts that Prophet, because at that point, he's just dead. Mirana into arrow, and then instantly you leap, you Starfall damage her. Such a good performance from OG though in that fight, man. They really know when to push the tempo. The way Earth Spirit as well kicks Luna away as that ulti is about to happen, that was funny as hell. That was some next level stuff right there. Loving it from Saxa. But yeah, they trade tier 1 for tier 1, but it's a much better tier 1 for OG. Taking down that mid tier 1 tower is really important.
And then the difference is, right, which side can push towers easier? Which one should be able to? Unique are the ones with the DP, and yet they get the less favorable tower trade.
Yeah, so I actually think it's OG that push better overall. They just have so many tower hitting heroes.
Yeah.
Unique, okay, Luna later on definitely is strong, but that Prophet, she just has that one ulti and that's all.
No, it's true, right? Like I think I'm talking about like the role though, right? Is that for Death Prophet, it's always about controlling the tempo by taking out these early towers. It's actually crucial that you do that. Whereas OG, this is just a bonus to the strategy. Like if they only get to hit creeps for 10 minutes, their heroes are very content with that.
Yeah, but that's not OG, right? That's
No, no, they hit the bigger creep, or at least the thing that sometimes looks like creeps when they outplay them. Enemy heroes, if they outplay them. And I expect OG to likely move towards bot soon, just try and invade this area. But so far, BZZ, you know, despite the rough up they gave him in the lane, he's kept this tower nice and healthy.
Let's see. Will they go for the Death Prophet? It's kind of a hard kill, but they might go with the Drow. Thompson just needs to be closer.
Roll in. Yep. Sacks are going to slow him, and there's the Aris coming out. He stomped two, but he didn't stomp the most important one. Thompson does get another kill.
You know why this is such a good play? Because you have a Mirana on your team showing bottom, around that tier 1. And Sumail, that same Mirana, might die here. But that's something different. That's on Sumail's, you know. But mid lane illusion as well.
It's okay. They're like, all right, you get a kill, we'll get one.
Yeah, Sumail dying bottom, that's, you know, it happens, whatever. But it's such a good play because he has that leap to work with, so you can leave him alone on the bottom lane without worrying that he's gonna get just instantly collapsed on. And they think that you're behind him because he's so deep, so you can rotate mid.
Oh yeah, that's cool. And the Eclipse again, Saxa, he's juking it out. He might be able to get Saxa. No, they dodged it all out. They have used the Exorcism. They're moving in right now. Plantimos should fall to the power of Thompson. Was running through with the right clicks. 19 team chasing all through onto Thompson. He knows he's going to die for this. There's no way out of it now. As the Earth Slither keeps him away from the reinforcements, Thompson will go down. But that is an Exorcism for just one kill. And you still lose your win condition, Luna. It's a long route. Bat away. Saxa says, I'm here to save the day. And he doesn't even give his life. He'll be able to roll out himself. So Unique on the chase won't be able to find anything additional. So far, OG, the one's really setting the pace here. These moves just feel so reactionary out of Unique.
Yeah, and they killed they killed Luna there so well. The Earth Spirit rolled. I think it was the maximum roll possible to cancel that TP and catch him off guard. And then, yeah, there is an ulti from Palantimos, but it's not level 12 ulti. It's not hard enough, and because of that, there's also the disruption from the Shadow Demon, and he doesn't kill pretty much anyone before he dies. They did kill Thompson. That's, you know, that's kind of fine as well.
Yeah, it's a decent pick, but the concern is, like, if you compare these two, right, which one's more important? We've already said OG's cores are kind of interchangeable with the way they complement each other, whereas for Unique, it is the Luna story. It's all about what Palantimos can do in this game. And looks like OG, they're going to take down this tower. BZZ, you know, respect to him for keeping it up for 15 minutes against this sort of aggression.
He's just doing the Seb right here. If you remember the TI Treant from Seb, he's just doing the same thing. Top lane, they try to go for no tail, but he TPs.
Just TP, lol. BZZ, he's gone with the Necro book. You don't max it out here, right? You just go for maybe like a Blink Dagger next, so you have some initiation.
Blink Dagger, Meteor Hammer is also good. You don't max it out for sure. You leave it level 1. It's the value point which allows you to farm. Most likely Blink Dagger, like you said, but we'll see.
Meanwhile, Sumail, what are you targeting here? He is actually going for the Chrysalis build. I feel like we see this whenever the Mirana's not ahead, right? Like, they want an MKB, but that's for the, you know, the winners. If you come out of the lane roughed up, Chrysalis is like the poor man's MKB.
Yeah, and it's obviously a pretty good item even after the nerfs. It was completely broken for a patch or two. Mid lane, 19 team.
Silence straight away, not even a chance. They get the false promise. Oh my god, frame perfect. 17 HP, 19 team will live. Mid one will be brought down. Woo!
Yeah, they did think that they will be able to burst him, and they almost did, really. He was like, what, saved on 5% HP?
Less than that. He was at 15 health. Like, you know, you could have coughed in his general direction and he would have died. Eclipse is going to come out. I mean, I guess he used the ultimate. Thompson with the backstab coming around. The gust on the multiple heroes as well. Sumail has also arrived. He's going to dive in deep. Just look for the Starstorm to come out and do a lot of damage. Overgrowth is going to be there, but Drow is way too tanky. 19 team, or is he? Thompson, he tries for a TP away instead of just fighting. He's going to be brought down. It's going to be a 3-for-2 trade, but that was the Exorcism again.
3-for-2 trade, Exorcism. They actually fought that 4 versus 5 because mid one was already dead, right? And they saved the tier 1. So for OG, that's great. And it really demonstrates the power of this Shadow Demon. They kind of messed that up. They didn't use the disruption into arrow on the Luna, but the arrow did connect on the Oracle, which maybe was even better, you know. But that disruption, just using it on Luna, gives you so much damage, man. Those illusions just destroyed Palantimos.
It's becoming a problem, right? Because that fight, you needed Exorcism to even kind of break even or close to. But now, every time you take these fights, even if Unique comes out slightly ahead, where is their push afterwards? Like, what's the next objective? Instead, 19 Teen is hunted after every time, and they're moving in. There's 3 heroes here. Saxa. Oh, he's going to roll too late.
Damn.
Wow. There was... I mean, this guy has proven himself to be the master of trees on Wind Ranger, but the trees just got used against him.
You see what I mean? Like, a play like that in a lower rank is actually bad, you know, because you're TPing, just he's gonna run straight and find you. But in a game such as this one, Saxa assumes that he's going to run a little bit further and try to juke him around the trees, and because of that, that play is so good.
Liz just making excuses for when he gets juked.
Yep. Which is all the time.
You know, do you ever do that when you like play Mirana or something? It's like this he's doing weird stuff. He's not just doing the logical thing. He should be farming that camp right there.
Yeah, but that's actually a thing, especially with Mirana. Like the arrows, when you can predict the movements, obviously are much easier, and it's harder to predict some players when they're bayed. You know that's also true.
Yeah, you just like arrow to a camp. Be like, wait, why is the Quap top right now? Why is he there? God damn
It's like when you're arrowing mid, you're always arrowing as the creep is about to die because the hero needs to move in to get that last hit, right? That's like the little trick that you do.
And they're casually like, nope, don't want to farm that.
Exactly, but if the guy is bad and he doesn't farm, that's problematic. There is a smoke coming up.
There is. There's smoke to movement. Because Thompson is Roshan right now, and they might get caught with their hand in the cookie jar here. Exorcism comes out a little bit early from 19 Teen. They need to get this.
Okay, they will go into the pit, I think, yeah.
This could backfire, though. They've got an arrow. Ooh, will be dodged. They're going to look to swap him out just as it's going to end here. He's already getting low. He's going to silence him up. I don't think he's finishing it quick enough, though. Now they're going to move in, though, straight away onto Mirana, but the roll through. Saxa gets the magnetized down. Swap through as well to cause a little bit of havoc. And Thompson, fighting up against Blantimore. Swap out to save him for the day. And Eclipse on the side doesn't do enough. He gets pulled over in the hands of Sumail. He managed to pick it up, and all of a sudden, everything backfiring for Unique as BZZ's hunt down as well. They'll chase one of the Palantimos. Roll through is going to be there from Saxa, and it looks like Luna has nothing left in the chamber as they will wipe the entirety of Unique.
Yep. A little bit quick on the trigger there, Unique. Really. The way they went into the pit was... First and foremost, illusion. He uses the Astral Spirit, right? And he instantly starts channeling Echo Stomp, even though they're not around the spirit, right? That's the first mistake, because you don't have to do it like that. Use the Stomp, circle around the pit a little bit, find them, then use the Stomp if it's necessary or not, you know? But he just instantly used it. I think they were scared that Roshan is just dying, you know? They thought that Roshan is already like on 5% HP or something, and that time is of the essence, and they just have to rush straight in. Because of that, they used the Exorcism too early, they used the Stomp, and after that, OG just turned it so easily.
No, they're actually looking for some vengeance on the mid one right now, but Thompson, once again, this is like watching a sniper draft. Right, you know those games where everyone ignores the sniper and he kills everyone? Right now, they just have no easy way to get on top of this drow. They will at least get the kill on Avenge, though. That's the big one.
Do you remember that Mirana that was 8 CS, like 7 minutes in? Look at the net worth charts right now.
Yeah, that was Sumail last, last week on Pub Mirana. Oh, wait, that was this get. Oh, this is a turn of events.
Is he overgrowth?
Yeah, BZZ, I think that bend over is for him to get a paddling because he's not doing anything with this ultimate. The arrow will be dodged by Luna, but now you have no overgrowth. Don't think that was part of the game plan, Haas.
Yeah, I thought maybe he's setting up for the Echo Stomp into the ulti, splitter it from Elder Titan, but nope. He just used it for the lulz, I guess. They will have Eclipse in 5 seconds, so they will be able to fight very soon.
Oh god, Sumail.
Yeah. He's unstoppable now. He has Aegis. He knows how deep he can go.
Yeah, especially when you have a haste rune. Exum's going to be used to swap to get 19 teen away, though. That used a false promise. I don't know if they have enough heals. They will with this many heroes on top of him. But how long can you survive? Eclipse is going to come out. Sumail will be brought down once, but he tanked most of the Eclipse, and now Luna has no hero. She cannot fight up against it. They'll turn around. They'll bring them down. Yes, the Aegis has been taken back, but Unique, they've been taken back to the last fight near Roche, where they lost their entire team again. And that is going to be high ground. And we've seen how quickly OG pushes down buildings with this lineup.
Yeah, this is... well, there is Elder Titan to defend, together with the Tree and Protector, so... They do have like two amazing... Yeah, they have two amazing heroes to defend with. Look at that, 3-man stun. But 2 heroes that are important aren't stunned.
2 heroes who don't even have to be in range, because Benj is a hero. And they'll just whittle away at the racks. No way to stop this. Unique have been taught an important lesson. And luckily for them, due to the state of the other lanes, they'll have time to reflect and maybe learn something new, as there's only 1 lane up for grabs for OG.
Yeah, the Moonlight Shadow to retreat, but maybe turn
around. Plantimos, that was greedy. I mean, I know Luna wants farm, but you're the only thing being farmed around here. The magic missile through, they'll get the kill on the fan score, they'll chase forward. Overgrowth comes out, but you got 3 dead. Now what do? Illusion trying to do the big damage. They may be able to get 1 kill, a second one on the mid one, but now you have to stand and fight, and Thompson's willing to do that. Even if he gives his life, they know it's going to be team wide again, as Unique. Once again, 5 heroes in the grave. At least this time, they took a few more with them.
Yeah, they can't really push though, right? Maybe Sumail can go for the tier 4s, but that's it. Because there's a tier 2 on the bottom lane and tier 1 on the top, so... but that was a great turret splitter from Elder Titan. They really are trying to put up a fight, but they're a bit too far behind, and these moves that are coming from OG are way too good. They did a slight variation on the old Rock's Kiss smoke, right? They moved back, Moonlight Shadow, then go back in. Luna... Yeah, Palantimos was a little bit too eager to pop his set out there. That has to be said, because you can't expect that play. That play is like... every time you see a team smoke up when they're leaving, or Moonlight Shadow, first thing that comes to your mind, okay, will they fake this? You know, will they make this fun? And OG faked it, they moved back in, Luna dies in a second.
And now you're in a situation where Eclipse is finally off cooldown, but the gold that's available to OG right now, the levels which are on them, it's not like there's a clear target you can just burst down instantly anymore.
You're just way too poor on Luna now. 8k net worth, you don't even have a Manta completed anymore. Top lane?
Something we didn't even highlight is the fact that No-Tail has an Axe now. Which
Yeah,
we mentioned how powerful that is in this game.
Full Axe completed on him. Such a good item.
On a kill streak as well, by the way.
I really think Disruption is the most important spell for him this game still, but...
Kill more people.
Okay.
Always kill more people. Like Vanscore, he's dead. And look, a bonus kill waiting to happen. As Palantimos, well, like last time his excuse was I want to farm creeps. This time, you kind of knew what was going to happen if you want to fight heroes. Illusion as well. I just love the way Sax is playing this. Like, okay, I don't even need to hit rolls, because if Thompson gets that slow, all I am is a mobile ward for my Drow to kill.
They do have buybacks, but this is gonna be very difficult.
I mean,
they're going for the throne.
Yeah, so buybacks isn't an argument. They may need to commit them at this rate, because Glyph's not going to last long. And here comes Kai at the cartpole.
I guess Vengeful mid one, he's pushing top. He's the sensible one. He's like, okay guys, chill out. Let's take the tier 2, then we're gonna push. Because they respawn fast. We've been killing them so often that it's hard to be a Unique fan right now. They have really taken a beating. It looked alright. Like, they had a couple of really good moves in this game. And it's not over yet, obviously, but... Yeah,
no, of course it's not.
Rough. It's hard. Their position 5 Shadow Demon has as much net worth as the Luna. Well, if you can call him position 5.
He's about to surpass the DP. It's a pretty oof moment. And just once again, this Venge, just so ridiculous. Thompson's no risk being this far out. And after he wakes from his short nap, they'll go and do the same thing again, because here come more creeps. Hello? Is anyone home? Oh, okay, we'll just take this. I mean, if no one's going to defend it.
Look at that arrow, man. It almost killed Luna. Like, the second arrow, it's connected. And Thompson tried to just finish him off with multi-shot. And
They realized they have to do it. They can't just stand there any longer. They're going to move in. There's the false promise to protect pretty early, but he was getting low. Exorcism's doing some work, but Thompson just ignoring it all and right-clicking into him here. Swap out to just reset the back line, and now DP in a lot of trouble. Overgrowth's going to be there. Venge tanking up all the damage. The Eclipse is going to come out as well, but they just ignore it the entire time. Vane's finally going down, but Luna dead as well, and GG comes out as OG obliterate Unique in Game 3 and make it a 2-1 storyline for the OG fans.
It was a little bit too difficult in this last game. I just love the way Vengeful works with Mirana and Drow in the same draft, as long as you find a way to play around them. And yeah, I have to admit, I was a bit worried for them because they didn't have any true frontliners like they did in that Abaddon in the first game, right? But in this last game, what they really had going for them is this insane Shadow Demon game. He uses his disruption on the Luna, just makes her life so painful. Was Luna picked after